Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring how to get started with crystals. Now on my channel I've got a whole range of different videos exploring different ways of working with crystals, but occasionally I get messages from people who are raw beginners and they're wondering, where do I start? There's so much information and I'm not too sure what to do. So let's go back to the very beginning. Let's look at how do we buy crystals? Well, of course, there are beautiful local crystal shops, which I really encourage you to support your local shops, or you can buy crystals online. Now, of course, when we're buying online, we want to be wary of where we're buying from, and normally you want to make sure it's a reputable seller. So there are two ways of selecting which crystals are right for you, and you can do these two steps either way. Now, some people like to do their research first and find out what crystal would be best for a certain need. So there are lots of great ways to do that. For example, in my book, in the index at the back, you could look up crystals for love or for abundance or for anxiety or for healing, whatever that may be, and search for those crystals. There are also other videos on my YouTube channel, certain crystals for different things such as full moons and all that type of jazz. Or there are other great websites and books that you can also refer to as well. The other thing we need to do is we need to trust our intuition. So when we are walking, and this is why I love to buy from local crystal shops, when you walk into a shop, maybe do no research whatsoever and just look around and see what you're drawn to. This is especially great to do with children, especially those that are under 7, that don't have that logical mind in there, and just trust what they see and what they're drawn to. What I find time and time again, whether it be for children or for adults, the crystals that you're drawn to, once you come back and maybe watch my YouTube video, read my book, or do some other research from some other authors, writers, and educators, you'll go, wow, it's funny how I picked the perfect crystal for that time. So have faith in yourself. When you're working with crystals, you're stepping into your spirituality and your spiritual, magical, and intuitive abilities. So trust them. And if you can't buy the wrong crystal, because they're each going to benefit you in one way or another. Now, when you get your crystals home, what's the first thing you should do with them? Well, I'm always a fan of cleansing them. What makes crystals magical is that they're energetic beings. So that means that they hold on to energy. They hold their own energy, but they also pick up the energy of what's around them as well. So think about when they're mined, when they're transported, when they're carved in different shapes, when they're touched by other people in the shop, they're going to pick up that energy as well. You want to bring them back to their natural balance. The best way to bring ourselves into balance and also our crystals is to go back into nature. Putting them under the moonlight, out under the early morning or late afternoon sun, near water, near fire, out on a windy day, or placing them on the earth near a tree, are all great ways to help your crystals come back to balance. And you'll notice again, in the good old book, on the end of each of my YouTube videos, I talk about the way I have found to be the best way to cleanse each different crystal. Once it's been out in nature for a little while, then you want to connect with it. Now this can be in any which way. You may just carry it and maybe keep a bit of a journal and carry that crystal for a week and see how you feel. Did you feel more at ease that week? More peaceful? Did you feel more confident? Did you take a few more risks? Were you a bit more outspoken? What did that crystal help you to do? Another thing that I love to do when I was getting to know crystals is at the end of my day, I'd lay on the couch quietly and put some music on and just put the crystal somewhere. Now, based on its color, you might want to put it on the chakra, or you might just want to put it on your heart or your intuitive center, the third eye. Just relax and see what comes. Now, don't expect massive energy surges or messages, spoken word to be heard in your ear or anything like that. Crystals are subtle to start off with. It's like getting to know someone. You don't get too much from them in the first couple of dates. And while you're dating this crystal, it's going to take a little while for you to understand the language that it talks and to get that. Other things you can do, as well as having them on you, is placing them around your place. Now, generally, vibrant crystals, so those that are generally red, orange, and yellow, should be put in energetic areas of the house. So places like kitchens and living rooms and where you want to have an upbeat energy. Whereas crystals that are more blue, indigo, and violet are more peaceful and better for places where you want to be a bit more contemplative, relax, or even sleep. Just, again, pay attention to how you feel when they're around you and the impact that they have. Finally, you may want to program a crystal. Now this is giving a crystal a specific job. You don't have to program your crystals, especially as you're getting to know them. But once you decide, right, I've chosen a crystal for love and I want to use it to attract love into my life, or I've chosen one to attract abundance into my life, whatever that may be, hold that crystal in the hand that you write with. For most of that will be our right. Apart from the lefties, that's in your left. And close your eyes and I want you to visualize exactly what you'd like to manifest. Now don't just daydream it. I want you to engage all of your 5 senses. I imagine you want to maybe manifest a new car using a crystal. So what do? You see your hand on that steering wheel. You can feel that leather under your hand. You can smell that new car smell. Maybe you're driving along the coast and can taste the salty air and you can hear the radio playing loudly or the rev of the engine, whatever that may be. And send that visual into the crystal. How does this work? Well, remember, if I was to take away your 5 senses, your sight, smell, taste, hearing, and touch, would the world still be there? It may be, but you couldn't tell. It is through our 5 senses that we experience our reality. So if you close your eyes and engage your 5 senses in a different reality where your dream has come true, and you send that energy into that crystal will hold on to that alternate reality, send out that vibration, and bring you opportunities to bring that into manifestation. Now, how crystals work is you can't program a crystal for love and knock, 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 you'll get your lover knocking on the door that night. They're magical, but it's not like Disney magic. What will happen is they will change your frequency. So you'll be more open to love or more open to abundance, and you may find opportunities will arise. It is then your responsibility to take advantage of those opportunities. Now, the biggest mistake it comes when wanting to start with crystals is by getting too many crystals. Yes, there are so many different crystals to collect and so many different colors and varieties and that type of thing. But start slow. What I find with a lot of people is they speed date their crystals and they're like, I've got that crystal and that crystal and that crystal and that crystal and I can't remember its name and I can't remember what it's good for. Stop being a crystal slut. You want a bit of crystal monogamy. You know, on my newsletter that's available on my website, adambarralet.com, I talk about 1 crystal a week. And I recommend that you sit with 1 crystal a week and carry it around. Research a little bit about it. Meditate with it. Do all the different things to really get to know it. As you get to know and date each of these crystals, when you have a need for a bit more confidence or from love or to open your heart to forgiveness or a bit more money, you know which crystal is going to be best for you. You're going to find, just like all of us have different relationships with people, your crystals are going to have different relationships with you. Even what I say in my videos or what I say in my book may not be exactly the same for you. And so by sitting with a crystal, having it near you and around you and carrying it and in your space, you're going to start to get to know it. It takes time. So don't be in a great rush for your life to change immediately with getting a crystal. You know, I have other things like I have my crystal meditations that can take you deeper in getting to know those crystals as well. But remember that we each operate on a different spirituality, in a different magical way, with our intuition working in different ways. So my final tip to you is take it slow, trust yourself, and allow yourself to be the guide of what you should do with your crystals. Myself and other crystal teachers are here to offer ideas, suggestions, different things to try out. But it's up to you to work out what works best for you. All I can tell you is as you continue to work with crystals over time, you're going to notice more and more. To this day, I don't actually know how crystals work, but each time I post a video on YouTube, lots of people go, yes, I experienced this and I experienced this with this crystal. We don't know how they work, but we do know that they do work. Have confidence in the crystals, have confidence in the universe, and most importantly, have confidence in yourself. Take it slow and welcome to the magical world of crystals. There is so much that's going to unfold for you in the years to come. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and welcome again to the wonderful world of crystals. My name's Adam Barralet. Blessed be.